Yo, it's X. Welcome to What's Out Media. And hey, we got to give out another warning. This is not a new website now. It's been out for a month now, but check out what'soutmedia.com. Corey, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good.
You excited about this podcast today, man?
Of course I am.
Well, today on the show, we have Marcellina. She is a artist. She is a singer. She's a guitarist. And we'll find out more about her today. Marcellina, how are you doing today?
I'm well. I had to do some school, I had to go to work, and now I'm chilling.
You got finals
How about
coming
you
up.
guys?
Stressing over school as well. We got finals coming up.
Yeah, pretty
Mhm.
soon.
I feel that. So, Marcellina, where are you from originally?
I was born in Anaheim, California, and raised in Placentia, California. It's just like Orange County. I still live in Orange County, and my band's in Orange County, so I'm sticking around for a while. But yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. So, yeah, how was it growing up? What is Orange County like growing up? Stuff like that.
Um, Orange County is it has it has a very large mix of all kinds of different people because we're so close to LA. So I think I got to learn a pretty good amount of things pretty early in life. And so you said how was growing up in Orange County? Yeah, it was amazing. I grew up. My family is very musical. My dad, he provided all these guitars, and we inherited a piano from my grandmother, and we had a drum set, and we had a bass, and we had like all these instruments in this big room that's supposed to be full of TVs and computers, but we made it a music room, and we would always jam. And we grew up on like just a pretty good area where I could just like walk around barefoot all day as a kid. And yeah, it was definitely, you know, I I love that part of my life.
So were you
Sweet.
basically just playing guitar as soon as you were able to?
No, actually, I started with drums. My very first instrument was drums, and I would jam with like my brothers and my dad, like when they were on guitars and stuff and bass. And I guess simultaneously I was singing already, and playing piano because it's so easy when you're a kid. So yeah, those that was like my three main starts: just drums, piano, singing. And then in fourth grade for school, I joined the orchestra, and so I did violin for a bit. So that helped me learn like sort of music theory a little bit, and just how to read notes, read sheet music and stuff. So I think that really built like a huge foundation, just like really learning, like being taught or like in an orchestral setting. But yeah, and then I moved on to guitar when I was like 15, and when I was 16, joined the high school choir, and I was in that for 2 years. And then I was just very embarrassed of like the fact that I did music. I always hid it from people. I never wanted anyone to know. Only my closest people knew. Until I was 18. Well,
Wow.
until I went into choir. Then when I was 18, I performed like solo in front of the school audience. And that's what like helped me get into performing. And I just never knew I could do it. And I just did it one day. I sang a John Mayer song and played piano to it. And that really changed my life. And I started going to open mics. And that's like kind of how I started getting into performing and stuff.
So yeah, you said that you hid your musical talent from a lot of your friends in your school and community. What would you say like people around you thought you did in
Mm.
terms of like your hobbies and free time?
I was always like a nature person. And yeah, I guess in high school I was just like in party mode at the beginning of high school, and I just didn't care. So I guess like people just knew I was just like into like hiking and camping and being in nature and partying. um, but yeah, I just had insecurities. Like I wasn't able to be vulnerable with people for like, the first 16 years of my life. And
Mhm.
music helped me like heal that part of myself.
Nice. So, I mean, I think a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of camping and hiking, a lot of them they tend to party a lot. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So without a doubt, so you get into choir. What are some lessons that you learned in choir? Like obviously it helps you express yourself and be more vulnerable out to the public. What did you take anything from being in choir?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the first thing I thought of when you asked that was just like kind of collaborating with people more and like working with other people. It helped me with reading music, of course, and really uh, it really helped me like get stronger as a singer and learn like technique. Um, and yeah, I definitely expanded like my like dictionary of music I know because we would sometimes sing a lot of like a cappella songs, so it was a lot of like brain activity involved with it. It wasn't just like easy shit like um and we would sing old Latin songs and just like so many different genres of music. And so I think yeah, that's another thing that I took away for sure. Just like learning more music that I typically wouldn't seek out. um yeah, it was a great experience. It's definitely recommended for anyone.
Nice, yeah. So you being in a music-oriented family, did in some way did that give you an advantage? Did you feel it gave you an advantage in a way?
I think so, yeah, because like I don't know, when you're a kid, your environment influences you so much. And so like who knows, if I wasn't born into a musical family, who knows if I would have even picked it up like until later in life. Who knows? But I guess if you're meant to be a musician, it'll find you. But yeah, I guess it did take me it did give me an advantage because I was just born with it, like my dad sang to my mom's womb when I was in there. So it was very instilled. It was very much right in my face. So yeah, it definitely helped.
Nice.
So yeah, saying that definitely shows that your family were a big inspiration to where you are now. Is there any other inspirations that come to mind that have you here?
um, as far as like writing music
Anything
or
really.
just
It could
oh,
be
okay,
writing
yeah.
music or simply just life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my family's a big inspiration. But it always felt like it came with my soul anyway. Like I I'm just drawn to creativity. I paint, I draw, I love all kinds of art. Um so like I don't know, like any art form helps me process things in life. So like I guess pain is a very huge influence when it comes to creating in my life. And joy and just like learning things about consciousness and just learning like really who I am. And I think like just making new connections with people really is what inspires me. And um I guess if I didn't have a chance to like meet new people often, like I think it'd be bad because like um it wouldn't be bad, but I don't think I don't know. Meeting people is very important to me and like
Yeah, I
connecting with
very much
new
agree with
people.
that because where's the fun in not being around new people?
Yeah, it's like if you think about it, like would that the funnest party of your life be as good as it was if there weren't like a lot of people there? It's like
People to
it's
share
really
the memory with.
yeah, yeah.
And now I
Uh,
definitely got to shout out one party I had back in the day. I didn't have it, but it was in our region. It was called Jersey parties, and it was known as part one and part two. And that's the only way it's referenced. And it was like that was the biggest one.
what?
Yeah, it was really fun. But anyways, so you being a drummer, I feel like drumming being your first like instrument, that definitely helps you out a lot with any other instrument you're trying to learn. Can you speak on that?
Hmm. Yeah, you definitely have a point there. I guess I don't, maybe I haven't thought about that at all, but that's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Um, I think a lot of, like, when someone's trying to learn an instrument, I think their focus is like rhythm for a bit. And so yeah, having had that like already just instilled in who I am definitely helped. Yeah, and like piano, it's also a percussion instrument technically. So like, they just go hand in hand. And I think that, yeah, yeah, it definitely helped me and it gave me an advantage for sure.
So real quick, so we got piano, drums. You said was it violin?
Yes.
And then what else? What's all the instruments that you play? And guitar, obviously.
So yeah, those four, and then so yeah, to continue like my instrument journey, picked up guitar when I was 15 after the other three, and then so when I learned guitar, I was like, well, I can do bass if I know guitar. So I got my own bass from a pawn shop with my dad, and then it's a really good bass. It's Ibanez. It's gorgeous. I'm looking at it right now. But and then right after that, I started learning ukulele because why not? And I started learning flute recently, but I'm by no means a flutist yet.
Yeah, hey, woodwinds, man. I was a woodwind. Shout out to the flutes, man.
Oh, you're a
100.
woodwind. What did you play?
I played the clarinet and the saxophone. So yeah,
Do you still play?
I still play the clarinet, but right now, like, no, I play like just because I miss it.
That's
I played it for 8
beautiful.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry,
That's
I'm late.
awesome.
My bad. I didn't mean to be late.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, though.
Crizzo's now entered the chat. This is Crizzo.
What's your name?
Well, it's Chris, but yeah, you can call me Crizzo.
Nice to meet you. I'm Marcellina.
Nice to meet you. So, what's the
Six? We just been
yeah.
talking about like her grade school time and like how she's learned. She's come from a really musical family. She never really, she kind of kept it a secret to most of her. Only her close friends knew that she was into music up until she was 16. She got in the choir, and at 18 she did an open mic. And let's talk about that. Like, you did an open mic at 18, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, so I'd been performing in the group choir a bit before that, and then at the end of my senior year, there was like this showcase with the choir kids, and like it was at the Performing Arts Center at our high school, and they had people singing love songs for the showcase, and I just was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. Let's just rip the band-aid off. It's about time. And I played Slow Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer, very emotional song, on piano, and I sang, and it was amazing. It was the most liberating feeling ever. I'd been on stage with the choir, but it was nothing like just being able to channel like something I'm really passionate about in my own energy by myself. Was just, wow, it was just the most amazing feeling. And then after that, my friend Tommy, who we're still friends to this day, we actually met 12 years ago in orchestra. But he is my friend who first brought me to open mics. And so I started going to the Night Owl open mic in Fullerton, California. And then eventually I just started playing at several open mics all around Orange County. And I would mostly sing my originals, actually, like stuff I started writing. So I started writing music like more seriously when I was 18, like right when I started performing. I was like, all right, it's time. And it was cool. I was in like a band with my friend Tommy and a couple other friends. And that kind of fizzled out. Like, we started recording, we wrote a lot of great songs, including one that I wrote for the band. We performed it in that band, but now I'm releasing it in my upcoming album with my actual band. So it's all really trippy, but what was I saying? Yeah, open mic is the way. If you know anyone who's trying to like perform more and meet more musicians, like open mics are such a great place to start. And There's actually one going on right now called the Cool Lab. It's in Santa Ana, and it's a jam. It's at once a month on Thursdays at the 4th Street Market in downtown Santa Ana at 7:30, and it's like starts out as like a jam session, so anyone can come with any instrument. It's so cool. Starts there for like a half hour, and then they do an open mic. It's really awesome.
It sounds sweet.
But yeah, and then like in college, I connected more with my friends who are Nico and Alex. They're a drummer and bassist that I knew who they were in high school. They were in this really cool like jazz funk punk band called Indigo State, and they still exist. But so I knew them from high school, and then we would sometimes play shows together when we were in college. We were in the same music program, same college, and we just we started hanging out and chilling together, and they said, hey, if you ever need a live band, like, yeah, we want to help you. And I really kept that in mind because I had bought my recording equipment like a couple months before they suggested that. And recording equipment meant, oh, I'm gonna release stuff now. Oh, I want a live band, So it all aligned very perfectly in 2018/2019. And then, we just started playing a lot of shows together. Once it was April or like March 2019, from there to September, we played over 100 shows. It was insane.
Wow.
it was like crazy summer, and I'm trying to have that type of summer again this year. But
I feel that. So out of like 100 odd performances, what are some takeaways from performing that often? And you got any special ones in mind? Is there one that come to mind like, oh, I really remember that one?
Yeah. We just got so like close as musicians. Like we were already pretty close friends, but like we just all developed this like web of like like energetic chords that we just like know what to do. We're just so in sync now. And they just know my music so well and the way I write, and I know the way they play, and it's but yeah. What were you saying? What were you asking again?
I was just saying like so you already add the aspect of what you learned from performing that well. Any performances that come to mind as like, oh, that was like an amazing performance?
Yes. So some of my best friends were having like this really fun event where there were several artists performing, and it's interesting. So we played 2 shows this one night in like May of 2019, and it was on a full moon, and it was just like a really good night. We started off at this one party. It was a house show, 2 house shows. So the first house show was in Pomona. Yeah, Pomona, and that popped off. It was great. A lot of friends there, and then great show. But then like after we had that other show in Claremont, and we're like, dang, we're really about to do this. And then we showed up, and it was like a really fun party. There's like people selling art, and it was full moon, and the setup was awesome. My friends who owned the house were making food, and it was just like a great time and great performers. And then we were the last set of the night because we had to push it back because our other gig, and it started raining right before it, and it was an outdoor show, so we had to like put tents over our amps and just kind of like hope for we just put like tarps everywhere, and it was so fun, and like people danced in the rain to our music. Like it was so cool. It was like full moon, it was so bright outside, and yeah, that was like a really great night. But yeah, there's a lot of fun times we've had gigging. A lot of weird things happen at gig too, but yeah.
Sounds like a real experience. Wow, that's what's up.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys performed through all that, all your obstacles and the rain and everything. That reminds me of just when you was talking about putting up tents. And Xavier knows about this. When we were rowing, and whenever we would there'd be rain in the race. We had to put up tents, and that doesn't mean we stop. We still got to perform or whatever. But also, I got a question on your on your TikTok. You'll cover plenty of different genres from I saw like Mac DeMarco and all the way to like Trippie Redd. That got me curious to like what are some of your like favorite artists right now? And if you have a favorite artist of all time, I know that's a hard question.
Yeah, I'd have to list a few, but
list a few.
Right now, like right in this moment, my favorite artist is Omar Apollo. Like just right now. But I have a list of like the top like 50. It's hard to do a top 20 because there's just so many amazing musicians out there, old and new. Like,
yeah, could you list a couple?
Much to hear. Yeah, definitely Jimi Hendrix, Bill Evans. Let's see, Paramore, My Chemical Romance, Home Shake. Ooh, I have to go on my list. I really love Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Yeah, I'm just like look at my Spotify really quick just to refresh because there's a lot. But yeah, what about you guys? What kind of music do you like?
I am a huge fan of like electronic music and rap music and like classical music, and I listen to a lot of crazy ass stuff. I listen to like I've been listening to Italian guitar music. Like I'm on a whole bunch of different stuff. Yeah,
I'm gonna make a note of that. Italian guitar music. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, my favorite all-time artist is definitely Kendrick Lamar. He's up there. And I got
yes.
And then a couple of my other favorites are up there. We got MF Doom, we got Mac Miller, and then I do got a Mac DeMarco poster
you're
up there.
all the ones that I couldn't think about.
Tame Impala's up there, Kanye, Tyler Creator.
Heck yeah, dude! Yeah, all of those for sure. All of those, absolutely.
What about you, man?
I mean, hey man, I like rap, hip hop, R&B. I like a lot of jazz. A lot of like it sounds weird, but like 80s pop music. I really enjoy a lot of that. It's like a real vibe. It's like a real vibe. You feel me? Some alternative. But yeah, I mean, like it's pretty much all over the place, to be honest. But mainly rap and hip hop, for sure. R&B, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, yeah, soul. Yeah, I mean, if it's good music, then I'm just gonna listen to it. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I have a preference, but it's if somebody throw on like a good song, I'm not gonna be like, wait a minute, this is not rap, change it. Like, nah, like if it's good, then like, we're gonna vibe for it.
No, I guess I sold out.
Oh yeah, Steve Lacy's great.
Yeah. I definitely sold out. I definitely just said genres, but if you're talking about like artists, it'd probably be like Daft Punk, like fucking the Chemical Brothers is my favorite band, like by far. Like they're an electronic group and fucking
Chemical Brothers.
Yeah. And then let's see, like I mean Kanye, like I like a variation of different things, man, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to the interview.
We're vibing, everyone can make some music.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant it like I'm trying to refocus because I'm thinking about like music now.
Yeah. But I also wanted to say Jacob Collier, of course Mac Miller, and Phony People, freaking Willow Smith. Yeah, I just had to add those.
Hey, Willow Smith brought honor back to the Smith family with Meet Me at Our Spot, bro. Hey, I really be vibing to that song, bro. I'm fucking that song heavy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie. um, okay, so
So
yeah.
well, I got a question then. Like we got on the subject because of the
Frank
TikTok.
Ocean! Sorry.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
hey, I mean, you gotta say
What?
Frank Ocean too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so how long you've been on TikTok, and how has that like what's it like just being on TikTok and having a following on it?
It was pretty nerve-wracking for a bit, honestly, because like no, okay. That was a very negative first like thing to say. But it was like really trippy. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I've never had like that amount of like attention on me before, and like I said, like remember how I said I was just very private about my music growing up. Like of course I was in the band and performing for 3 or 4 years before like the TikTok recognition started happening, but like once that happened, it was just like a lot larger of a like people just throwing their opinions at me, and it was just like really scary for a bit. And what's crazy is like I even like started developing anxiety that I used to get when I was 13. I started getting bad anxiety 10 years later when I'm 23. Like I thought I was over that. But I was also throwing like a show for the first time since COVID, so I was very anxious about that. But it was a very interesting time when it all happened. Like it started happening around April last year. And like I don't know, it just caught me at a weird time, and I was pretty anxious for a while. I had an anxiety attack for the first time in 8-9 years at rehearsal one time, and I just like sank. It was scary, but I think after that show, it got better, and I got a new job. I quit my other one, and then a lot of life stuff happened after that. It was really insane, like, but anyway, TikTok. It was awesome. Like, I have a fan base now, and I'm so grateful for that app. And like, going live is a really awesome like thing to do. It's fun, you know. You get to like just talk to people, and the people who like really support you and want to know like what you're up to, like they communicate with you. And like I've even one time like or a few times I've been writing songs on live, like just jamming in my room and like writing songs. And like sometimes like fans will write songs with me, like they'll say like a couple words, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
That's a
And
cool
it's just
experience.
Definitely
yeah,
like collaboration coming into play.
yeah but yeah, it's super cool. I'm really grateful that it happened, and I'm just trying to stay consistent with it because like I know like I do a lot of cool shit. Like I'm aware that like I can cover a song very well. I'm aware that I have a lot of great ability, and like I'm just trying to stay consistent with it so that I can continue growing my fan base and connecting with the people who are supposed to connect with my music. You know, the only reason why I want a bigger following is just so we can connect more, and so I can tour the world and like help heal people through my words. That's all this is why I'm here. I'm here to just like be a channel of like healing and just learning, and just like a reminder that like we all have like such amazing power because we're all the extension of one thing, you know. We're all one, as typically someone like me would say. It's true.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
I just want to connect.
Yeah, no. So what was it like pre-TikTok? So like that was what, like April of last year. What was 2020 like during the pandemic? What was it like for you?
It was weird. But we played like quite a few shows outdoors. We knew a lot of people who kind of rebelled, and we were still able to play shows like here and there. But we went from like so many shows to like nothing. Almost nothing. and it fucked with my mental health. Like, I was like, bro, I need some attention. I'm kidding. but like, no, I was just used to being able to like, it's almost like a meditation or a church or like it's just part of my like well-being is just like sharing my art. And so it really, yeah, it was tough. It was tough for a bit. And yeah, I mean, but it was also a beautiful experience because I spent a lot of time alone and I just went out in nature so much because no one was out there. And it was really cool. There was so much rain that year. I discovered so many waterfalls that I didn't know were like within a 50-mile radius of like where I grew up. And I met a lot of like people out in nature. And it was interesting. Like, as hard as COVID was, I think it brought on a lot of like very important change in everyone's lives in one way or another. And just the collective, just like a shifting of like what's really
and the
important.
consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know what you talk. I already know what type of time you on. Trust me, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I already know. Like, for me, I love nature. I always try to go out, try to put my feet in the grass, trying to reconnect with, the earth, Gaia, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like I try to reconnect. And like, ever since COVID happened, I've been really introspective with myself too as well. Like, try to meditate more, try to look within, and like, because I also make music as well. So it's like, when I look within, I get a lot of insights, a lot of intuitive, universal downloads or whatever, like ideas, inspirations and stuff like that. Like, oh, I should say this, I should do that, I should, so I definitely resonate with what you're saying, because it's for a lot of things is that it definitely affected a lot of people negatively, but I felt like it opened a lot of eyes, right? Like, 2020 vision, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. It's
right.
I remember like before the new year, everyone was like 2020 vision, 2020 vision. This is about to be like the craziest year of our lives. Yeah, it kind of
was. It was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all the jokes about like, where are you going to be in 10 years in the future? It's like, I don't got 2020 vision. Like, all those jokes about that, and then what happened in 2020? Shit just hit the fan.
So going out there in nature when it was just kind of like nobody was really out there, did you learn anything about yourself? Anything new?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. That's a deep question. I learned that like I learned like what I needed. I learned a lot about like what I needed. And what I needed was like just genuine love in all my connections, and like just solid foundation and a good home. Like I just, I had a lot of realizations at the place I was living, and it was like, oh my God, we gotta get out of here. And yeah, wow, that's a deep question. I'd have to ponder that a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm curious, so where do you live? Because you were talking about waterfalls and all this and that. So I'm just wondering, like, where do you stay?
I live in Fullerton in Orange County.
Okay.
California.
All right. I was like, I was trying to play off like I don't know where that's at, but okay, all right. All right, California. Florida, Key West, Florida.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's cool.
I haven't been farther than Colorado, guys, and I'm trying to go. Trying to go.
You gotta come.
I've been to Cal. Like the first time I was ever in California was 2019. And then I was just there like there last month or something like that. and that was probably before that, the furthest I went was probably Colorado. So same.
Okay, yeah.
Twin. Yeah. So let's talk about this album, man. You got an album coming out this month, and the week that we're gonna post this is gonna be the week before the album comes out. It comes out the 22nd, right?
7 days.
So yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, any thoughts on it? Any initial, like, you want to give us a sneak peek? No, I'm playing, whatever, you know what I'm saying.
If I was doing you guys on my phone, then I'd probably play something, but I don't know how it's gonna work if I try to play it through my computer. And but oh my god, this was so fun to make, and it's so fun to listen to, and it just encapsulates like many things I learned in the past year-ish. But originally I was actually trying to re-record a demo EP that I have, and it was on streaming platforms, but I ended up deleting it because the songs were rushed. So originally this was supposed to be like a revised and just more loved on version of those songs. But then, like, I had already been writing so many new songs, and I was very passionate about them. I was like, maybe I'll just sprinkle them into the next few projects as they fit. And they do. So there's 2 songs from that old EP, which had 7 songs on it. So there's 2 songs from that 7-song EP in this album. And the rest of the songs, like, okay, there's 13 songs. And some of the most of the songs are from like the past year, but there's a couple that are like a little older, not as old as the 2 oldest ones. But yeah, it's like, it's a journey. Like it's basically like, it's another like side of like the journey of just like self-love and just like awareness of illusions in life. And yeah, and like just like I wanted to provide a good road trip album. I think like that's my goal for like most albums. I want my albums to be like road trip albums because there's just a certain vibe. Like there's a few albums that I specifically listen to on long road trips. And I want my music to like do that. So yeah, I guess, yeah, there's a lot of just like, I mean, there's always metaphors to nature in all the songs I write, most of the songs I write. So like having me wanting to have like a road trip worthy album makes sense. But
What's the name of the album?
It's called Form, like the number 4 and an M.
Ooh. Oh,
originally Form. I was gonna put Transform, but I didn't want to put Transform. I thought Form was cooler. It was short, it was mysterious, and yeah, it's just like
clever.
Basically, thank you. I had that download like 4 months ago or 5 months ago, like the name of it. Or no, like 6 months ago. But yeah, it's just like me coming into a new form, and I had this really, really trippy experience with a butterfly. Almost exactly a year ago. I went to Temescal Canyon, like right by Malibu, like Los Angeles beaches, and I was just chilling in nature after work, and it was like my first day of that job, which is I work at farmers markets, and it's changed my life in such a positive way. So this butterfly was very symbolic of this change of life. So like after work, I was just chilling like on this tree that had fallen over a creek, and I was just like sitting on top of it, just vibing. And then like this brown and yellow beautiful butterfly just was like chasing this yellow butterfly, and I was like, oh, you guys are cute. And then like the brown butterfly noticed me, and then I was just like, okay. And then I just started doing this, and I started like trying to make the sound of a butterfly flapping its wings, like with my mouth. And then I was just doing that. I probably looked like a freaking crazy ass person, but the butterfly just landed right on me. And I just stayed, and I just looked at it, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love with you. And then it just kind of flew away for a little bit, and it came back. It just kept coming back. This happened for 2 hours. I was able to go to my blanket, get my phone, set up my phone up to take a video, and it came back after I went back on the tree. Like, it was like a pure, very like emotional, trippy soul connection to this butterfly. I don't know. It was like, it was telling me like, good job. Like, you're doing a positive change. Like, it's good. This is going to change your life. And it did. My life has completely flipped around since that butterfly landed on my hand.
Wow. And I can see the poster of the butterfly in the back. You know, it's like, got anything to do with that?
My dad just like finds random shit places and gives me stuff. And I love butterflies. And he was like, hey, you want this? I was like, yeah.
Yeah. That's so unique, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, you find yourself in moments like that often, or well, not often, but like more than once, I guess.
More than once, and I think it's been a lot more like potent and ironic, and just like, come on, universe, like, I know, like it's definitely been more often the past like 5 years of my life, just because I'm, you know, growing and coming more into like who I am and the truth, and just like
I got a question. This might be a little bit personal, but sometimes you know, when I take like psychedelics, I love going out in nature, and like, you know, like I'm like so like happy, and I'm so like, you know, enjoying nature and life itself. Like sometimes I, you know, try some mushrooms, a little bit of weed. So I'm just curious, do you like have you partaken into like any psychedelic, like in the psychedelic realm or anything like that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I do with my breath every day, but yes, in high school I mean, I still take plant medicines, and I sit in ceremony with plant medicines like ganja and psilocybin sometimes. Very, very
That's
not.
dope.
It's amazing. It's always a wonderful experience, because I know like there's just so much healing to have through plants, and I've been learning a lot about plant medicines and like just different herbs that are like really, really beneficial to all of us, and people don't even know about it. It's like in our backyard. There's stuff in our backyard that it's like gold for your immune system and everything. And
yeah, definitely.
Anyway, so yeah, I definitely get trippy sometimes. I had a very large experience of psychedelics and everything, like from like age 16 and 17. Like that was just like a time that was, it was, you know.
So question, this kind of adds on to that is, so how is your job at the farmer's market? I kind of noticed on Instagram, or maybe even TikTok, I'm not sure. I think it might have been just Instagram, but at the farmer's market, share your experience, and how has it helped you, and what is it compared to your older job?
Good question. Working at a farmer's market is really amazing if you really like see it for what it is. You know, you could say, oh, I have to lug all this shit, and I have to set up this thing, and I have to talk to people all day. But it's like, no, it's like I get to not have someone on my back all day watching me. I set up shit because I love lifting shit and being outside in the sun, and I get to connect with all walks of life in LA and sell them mushrooms and talk about food all day. And I have a family of other farms that we all take care of each other. We all provide like food for each other. Because what happens at the end of the day, there's a lot of product that might have to be donated. And so like what happens is like we do a lot of trading. And it's like very primal like instinct that you get to connect with, like when you, at least just when you participate in going to farmers markets. But if you work within a farmer's market, it's really a really beautiful family, and I'm so grateful to have this job, and I wish I had it so long ago. But my first job was Sprouts Farmers Market, which is like a grocery store,
Yeah, I'm
but
aware.
it's more focused on a little bit healthier food, healthier food. And I learned a lot about health. I started when I was 16, and that really like started I think just my journey on just like becoming who I am today, honestly, helped me wake up to food and what I had been putting in my body. And yeah, so it was a great job. But after a while they stopped giving me raises, and I was like, okay. Like, so I tried to work at Whole Foods, and Whole Foods was cool. It was a vibe, but it was like weird. Whole Foods is just another health food store. They actually probably have them in like other states. Yeah, they do.
Yo, we got Sprout. I got a Sprouts like legit right down the street, so I knew exactly what you're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sprouts is awesome, dude. Like I love still shopping there, but I don't have to go there nearly as much because I get a lot of stuff at farmers market. But yeah, it's definitely different. Like for me, like as long as I'm working day jobs other than music, it's not gonna be under some fluorescent lights. I'm telling you, I'm never going back to that. However, no. I am going against my vow, but I used to work at a flower shop like for a couple of years, like before this job last year, or I quit there after Valentine's Day of 2021. But I told them, okay, I can still help you guys during holidays because it gets so dang crazy there. So I've been helping them for holidays like Valentine's, Mother's Day. Mother's Day's coming up, and so I'm working there like once a week for a bit. But then I'm gonna be like not really working there every week anymore. I'm gonna stop again just because it's just I think it's awesome working with plants and like flowers and designing things, but I don't know, it's a very stressful environment just the way it's ran. But we produce great art, and it's a great team. We're all family there. But yeah, so definitely this job's better than all my other jobs. Because
glad to hear.
So let's talk about the trade and barter system. That system, I feel like it's going to come back at some point, but it's pretty cool that like, that farmer markets still hold that as a principle or value, maybe. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it is going to come back. I agree. Yeah, it's going to come back.
Without a doubt. So what advice would you give to your young self, the Marcellina that, was afraid to show her musical talents? What advice would you give to her?
Stop trying to people please and just create. Like literally just stop trying to be small for people, and like stop trying to like fit into whatever their expectations are of people, if they have any. Stop fitting into the narrative of like just what generates more lack in life. So seeking power and money. Whoa, where was I going? What the heck?
Hey, I don't know where you're
going. We with you. We understand. Yeah. We got you. You all good.
What was the question? I forgot.
I was just saying, what advice would you give to your younger self? Like 12-year-old you, 13-year-old you.
Yeah, just stop trying to fit in the mold, and just like don't be afraid to like be vulnerable and like show yourself and show your soul, because you'll be surprised how many people feel very similar the way you do. That is what I tell myself, my younger self, and anyone out there.
Any advice to young TikTokers that want to say, hey, I think I can cover a song, or I think I could show a little beat I got, or, anything, any advice for those type of guys?
Basically the same thing. Just like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, like you'll attract like what you put out. It's literally so funny. Like because like, you know, they say your vibe attracts your tribe, but it's like, yeah, like what you put out into this world will come back to you.
Law of attraction, baby.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my advice. Like, don't be afraid to, like, I guess fuck up too. Like, if you overshare, or I don't know, like, don't be afraid of that either. Like, people are just all on their journeys, and like, I say just use it as like a form of expression instead of like somewhere where like you judge others and others judge you. Like, just like appreciate everyone trying to put themselves out there, because like what would life be right now like if we weren't trying to connect, you know, like especially through that whole phase of just like not seeing people, like what if it stayed like that and no one talked to each other? That's the opposite. So I praise like anyone who's posting and putting themselves out there, because all they're really trying to do is connect. And I think it's beautiful. And I don't think, no matter how many like people don't like what you do, like that's just something in them. Like, one, for like putting bad vibes on you, but for two, it's also just people just like different things. And so like, yeah, don't be afraid of like people not approving, you know, like, yeah, don't be afraid of that.
That's one of the main missions that we have here. Is like the idea is that anybody we interview, any creator or whatever they are, right, that we get their point of view and we humanize them so that you can say, oh, I've got connections. Like, you know, we've had some similarities, right? And when you talk about musical journeys, I'm like, yeah, dude, I feel that same way. Or even with Crizzo, when it talks about it being grounded and stuff like that, like, you know, we all have similarities and we might be different in different ways. But the idea is that we're all human and we all have, you know, we all have something in common, at least something. We got breathing in common or something. You know what I'm saying? So.
We all drink water. We all eat food. We all sleep. We all shit. Well, yeah. Another thing, how was your creative process, whether it be through music, art, or anything like that? How has that changed over the past couple of years?
I don't think it's changed much other than like, I think sometimes, well, it kind of morphs back and forth to different things. Like, sometimes it's slow and sometimes it's like really quick and just spur of the moment.
Because it sounds like you're very like comfortable in your creative process, and that it's something that you can just, it's something that you like live and breathe. It's something that you like have to do. If you aren't doing it sounds like you would not I don't know, you wouldn't be good.
Yeah, no, you are completely right. I just have to, because I'm not seeing a therapist. I'm not, you know, I'm not, I don't know. I'm doing what I can, but no, music is like the main form, or music and expression and creativity to me, and I think for everyone, is like the main way to just like stay connected to yourself and others, and just like move through things and like think through things and like let yourself cry. Like, I don't know, helps you literally release stuff. Like writing, if you have like an angry thought or like just a weird thought that you wish you didn't have, like writing it down and just like throwing it away, shredding it, burning it, like it's like a really interesting process that like happens in your brain. So like, if I'm going through something painful, like, and I write an angry song, I feel so liberated after, and like I use that anger into something like really beautiful. Like, anger isn't a bad emotion. Anger is just, it's a tool, and like so are all the other emotions. It's tools for expression and creation, and like just connecting and like realizing, wow, we're not that different, you know, we're all not that different, but we're also very unique. We're all very unique. But yeah, yeah.
I definitely agree. I feel like modern day society made it so that we suppress a lot of our emotions and a lot of our inner nature and a lot of our natural tendencies, you know, like being stuck in the office cubicle, you know, artificial lighting, and not being outside, not letting us reconnect with each other and nature and self-expression. I feel like um, that's really been like hindering us throughout the years. And that and this is why a lot of people like this whole 9 to 5 thing, and like Fridays and Saturdays is like play, and then you go out and then get shit faced, and that's when you
Sedate
can be
yourself.
yourself. Yeah, exactly. And like that's when you can be yourself and like really express yourself. But like when in reality, you should be able to express how you feel and not constantly walk on eggshells like with your boss or your coworker, or not worried about who says what, or blah 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 blah. So I definitely agree with you about expressing yourself, and like you have emotions for a reason. You know what I mean? Like anger is meant to express yourself, and not saying that you should cuss somebody out because they make you mad. There's different ways to release that anger, like the gym, writing,
Yeah,
music, and
movement.
yeah, exactly. So I definitely resonate with what you're saying. But I have a question. So I see you got a couple of tattoos. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
What are they, and what do they represent?
Well, the first tattoo I got is on my ankle. It's two fish, and I just it was I was 18. It was like, I'm a Pisces. Yeah, let's go get a tattoo. And that was fun. It was like so shitty. It was such a shitty tattoo. Oh my god. I wish I could show you guys. It looked like someone like colored it with crayons, but then I got it covered later on. Anyway, but yeah, that's that one. And then the one on the other side of it is a sand dollar. Oh my god. Fuck. It's
Kind
a
of see
sand
it,
dollar. It's
yeah.
really nice. Wait, maybe I can turn it.
Uh,
Why is it so
yeah.
hard right now? Holy shit. Okay, there we go. It's upside
Okay,
down.
yeah, that's it. Okay.
That is the side of my ankle. And then when I got that shell, I got another shell so that shell is the first sand dollar I ever found, and it was when I was tripping on acid on my 19th birthday in San Francisco. So that
Okay.
was cool. And then I found another shell that day that I got on my left like butt cheek, and I have like these flowers here, and I guess these are like cherry blossoms, and I got them done by an apprentice, and yeah.
Good. The apprentice did all right. Yeah. No. What do you
Yeah,
think?
they're good. I mean, they're good if they're good.
Yeah.
She was pretty good, but yeah, this one I just thought, I love cherry blossoms, and I know they represent like peace and tranquility, and like I just wanted my like heart and lung beat to be like just breathe, just like I guess a reminder like under my collarbone. And then the next one I got was a treble clef behind my left ear. I don't know if you can see it, but
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
then I got my signature on my finger next, and it's MAV. So that's my initials, Marcellina Angela Villarreal. And that's on all my artwork everywhere. I made it when I was 5. But
How do you say your last name again?
Villarreal.
Villarreal. Okay. I don't think I can say
Villarreal.
it.
You got it. You
Okay,
got
I'm
it.
not
Don't
gonna try to
butcher it now.
repeat it. What is that though? I'm curious.
It's mostly Spanish. Yeah, it's like Spanish.
Oh, okay. I should
Yeah.
know it. Shameful.
So my family's like, I'm mostly Spanish, but I'm also Italian and Mexican and French and a tiny bit of German.
Okay.
That's me, and Native American. But what were we talking about?
Your tattoos.
Oh yeah. So after that, speaking of ancestors, this is my grandfather's emblem. it's upside. It's supposed to be like that. It's like a T and a V for his name. And after that, or no, before that, I got this one, which is my first dog's paw. It's like his paw was stamped when we had to let him go. And I had my friend just copy the exact line work on the stamp because he's my first pup and I love him. And then this one is like stars in the palm of a hand in space, and it's just kind of psychedelic and kind of trippy. That happened when I was at a pin festival. I was collecting pins, and then there was like a magnet and like patch guy there, and he made he made like thousands of magnets out of comic books, and this one just like spoke to me. But I got a pin, and then he's like, "No, this is yours," and he let me have it for free, and I just like I thought it was so cool, and so it's right here. I can show you guys. This is what the comic is. I'm saying that one of my soulmates is the person who knows what comic this is from, because the artist doesn't remember what comic this is from. So like when I meet that person who knows what comic this is from, dude, they're gonna be in my life. Like they have to be.
Well, but, I don't know it, so.
But yeah, and then this one is a symbol for abundance, and it's good to write it on any journals of affirmations. And this is gratitude on my right wrist. And then there's like a trippy desert scene with a compass, and then beside it is just two like trippy faces. Oh my god. Wait, oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Well, it's upside down, but like a trippy face of like someone like, and someone, and I just thought it was cool. It was Friday the 13th. Then some butterflies. I've always wanted butterflies on me, and it just made sense because the like Marcellina and the Monarchs, my band, like it was like the trio. Like that's how it started. It was us three, but now there's 4.5 kind of people. But it's always been like the main three, like me, Nico, and Alex, the bassist and drummer.
Well, MVA, any I called you by your initials, your government. I don't mean to put your government out there.
MAV.
Oh, MAV, excuse me. Any live music? We're gonna get some live music in 2022.
Yes. Oh yes. We're going on a tour up to Seattle.
Okay.
At some point. We were trying to plan it in July, or in May, or in August, but something came up, so we might push it back to like a fall tour. But yeah, so I mean, in a few days on Sunday, I'm playing at La Santa in Orange County in Santa Ana, and that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be with like some funk bands and indie rock bands and stuff. So whatever that means. It's like such a broad genre, indie rock.
Right.
But people call me indie rock, but it's like there's so much more. Like that's a very broad statement. Anyway, but yeah, we're trying to play like everywhere as much as we can this summer. We're trying to have it like 2019, you know. We're kind of like trying to like bring back that like, you know, 2 shows a night type vibe in the summer, going to house shows. House shows are my favorite shows to play. So if you guys ever know of any house shows, anyone needing a house show, wherever you want, just please hit me up. Like always keep us in mind, because like I love it. I love playing house shows.
Or vice versa. If you plan a house show or whatever, and where you at, or let us know, you know, we can slide over there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're definitely gonna announce it. We're not gonna announce it. Well, we'll announce it right now. We are definitely gonna be planning 2 trips. We're gonna be planning a trip to LA. We're gonna be planning a trip to NYC, because we've already made a lot of connections in those 2 areas. So without a doubt, we definitely need to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I'm, you know, hopefully we can meet up and I'll play a show or whatever, you know, like when you're out here. That'd be awesome. And like, I'm trying to expand my horizons more. You know, I'm trying to travel everywhere I can. You know, I've traveled a lot in a small area, like just this part of the block of land we're on. Like, I've been at the very edges of everything, basically, and then Hawaii. So I haven't been very far. I just got my passport this last summer, so I'm trying to go to like Mexico this year and wherever else wind takes me. But yeah, I'm trying to go places. I'm trying to visit Ohio and Florida and shit. What was the other one?
Texas. I'm in Texas.
Texas. Oh, I'm trying to visit. Yeah, I'm trying to visit all those. Like, there's so much to see.
Hey, Ohio's the best spot, though. I'm not gonna lie. My allegiance is to Ohio.
Is it though?
It's to Ohio and Florida. Ohio and Florida. They got my heart. But yeah.
Oh.
Cleveland's got your heart. Not Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio. Yeah, no, Ohio in general. Yeah. All of Ohio. Even all of Ohio.
Did you guys grow up in these areas?
Yeah, I grew up me and him, we grew up together in Ohio. We grew up in like a suburb of Cleveland. And then Crizzo and I, we both went to school in Florida. He's from Florida, but I went to school in Jacksonville, Florida. And that's how we're like homies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Heck so, you got a quote? You got anything you want to say? You want to shout out anything else? You want to shout out the album again, man? Go on.
Yeah, guys. If you're in Orange County or LA or any part of Southern California, you want to save the date. May 22nd is going to be a really beautiful showcase of artists, house show vibes. And it's early in the day. It's like 12 to 5 p.m., 12 to 6 p.m. sort of. It's going to be an album release show. And the album release is May 22nd. So technically, that's a Sunday, but it releases at midnight. So technically like Saturday night. So May 21st at midnight, like, you know, technically, you know what I mean? It's going to come out. And then we're going to party the next day. It's going to be freaking awesome. And then we're going to play a bunch of shows. But, yeah, so look out for that. Follow us on Instagram. The band account is Marcellina and the Monarchs, Marcellina, and the Monarchs. And
we would love to get the Monarchs on the. We would love to get the Monarchs on the podcast as well.
Dude, let's do it. Let's set up another day. I'd love to. No. That'd be really fun.
Word.
It'd be like a part 2. But let's see. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna be playing. Me and the band are gonna be coming from San Diego up to Seattle and beyond some point this year. So we're just raising funds. We have a GoFundMe. We can link it in wherever this ends up, maybe. But it is called, let me just get the title just to let people know. We're raising funds to go on tour. It's called Marcellina Forum Tour Fundraiser. So yeah. It would help us with gas, mostly gas. So yeah, that's that. And I'm excited to keep releasing singles that I've been working on with other collaborations, you know, throughout the summer and fall of this year. So, you know, yeah, I'm given 13 songs, but there's more. There's so much more. And there's already, in fact, that I'm already making another project. It's like, it's always going. It never stops. We're gonna keep flowing. I took a break from releasing music for a bit, and I, you know, it's important to me to keep releasing. So I'm gonna keep being consistent with it because I have the means for it. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else. But thank you to you guys for like being interested in just figuring out like what's behind the music, and thank you guys for being so open-minded and talking with me and having good conversation. And thank you to anyone who listens to this, who has listened thus far, just to hear different perspectives and just connect with people. Like, thank you for listening. And I love to connect, and I'm so grateful to have connected. And there's a nice thing to say if you're ever feeling anxious. Is me within me is the purity, me within me is the reality, me within me is the grace. I am the master of this space. And just hold your heart, breathe, get into breath work. Stop cooking with oils as much as you can. Cooked oils are very bad. They're like rocks for your immune system or for your system. And go to farmers markets more, eat local, go on hikes, play an instrument 10 minutes a day, get in the sun 10 minutes a day, get in natural waters as often as you can. I'm just trying to think of anything I want to say.
No, this is you. Hey, Marcellina, this is you. Yeah, no, all you. Keep going, yo. Hey, we with you, yo. We let you go on your riff. Yeah, go. You got this.
Yeah, just, go travel more, meet people, go to open mics if you're a musician. Yeah, thank you guys. And thank you if there's any fans that end up seeing this, like previous fans who've been supporting for a while. Thank you. I love you. And thank you for hearing me and being open to just a random chick who grew up in the suburbs of Orange County's music. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Fuck yeah, Marcellina. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being on the show. Crizzo, Corey, you guys got anything? We all
just want to say. I was just gonna say thank you for being on the show. Thank you. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you for holding the show. I can tell you guys are really awesome people, and it's easy to talk to you guys. I don't feel very forced, and that's like a beautiful feeling to feel with.
Right back at you.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say this was a beautiful experience. I really like your energy. You're really expressive and how you present yourself, and it really shows. And I just, I can't wait to do this talk again because this is really good. So thanks for sure.
Hey, shout out Crizzo's pup, man. I can hear her. Yeah, shout out Crizzo's pup, man. 100, man. Sorry, Marcellina. Sorry, you were to say something. My bad. I mean to interrupt.
Oh, I was just saying thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and let's stay connected. And I want to hear some clarinet chops sometime.
Yeah, no,
you put it on blast.
No, I mean I played it 8 years. Like it's not too crazy. So no, I got. I think hopefully
it's hard coded, man.
Hey, it's been What's Out, man. Peace out. Peace.
Much love, Satnam. Thank you. God bless.